Well, good morning. This is week 3, and I am down 7 pounds, sort of. I've been making really good progress. And what I mean by sort of is yesterday I weighed in the morning before workout at 222 pounds, which is 7 pounds from where I started at 229. But today the scale was 223.9, which is up like 2 pounds basically, and making me only down about a half of a pound from last Friday. It frustrates me way more than it should. It is just simply a number on a scale, and I know it's going to fluctuate. But I think why it frustrates me is because yesterday I did things right, the way I should do them. I ate well. I hit my calorie goal. My protein was high. My fat was a little bit higher than normal, but for the most part, it was good fats. So, and I wasn't eating a bunch of processed food or things like that. And it's one of those things when you're doing things right and then the scale doesn't show it. It just frustrates me. And I know I give it way too much power. Because one number on a Friday morning kind of stopped and made me question, did I have a good week? And I did. I really know I did. The evidence is pretty obvious. As I was getting dressed yesterday morning for work, it was so obvious. Like my shirt was fitting better. My pants fit better. My belt, over the past 3 weeks, I've changed, and I've gone backwards 2 holes. And so I know things are changing and moving in the right direction, but just sometimes I give way too much power to a number on a scale when everything is changing and everything is doing what it should. And I think for me, it's a reminder that this journey is more about stewardship than it is about a number. The goal is not just a lower number on a scale so I can feel better about myself. The goal is to be a better steward of my life and my body, to be in really good shape so that I can keep up with my kids and one day keep up with my grandkids and not have a ton of health conditions as I'm getting older and be on a lot of medications or having to do all these things. I want to be in really good shape so that I can continue to do what I do. And ultimately, just that I can continue in ministry strong, because that's one of the things. I think when I got burned out earlier in my ministry career, it was one of those things. I wasn't in as good of shape as I should have been either. And ministry can be really taxing at times. We are doing a series right now at church, and as I was reading and preparing for next week, there's this scene where Moses is talking to Jethro and later talking to God. And as they're describing leadership, there's a word that they keep coming back to, and it's heavy. And I think that's one of the things that you experience in leadership is at times it's heavy. You deal with some really heavy things that other people are going through, crisis in people's lives, and at times it's really, really heavy stuff. And so I know the better shape I'm in, the better I can handle that mentally and physically and emotionally. And so, again, this is about stewardship. Right now at church, we're giving everyone in our church a new promise every week that God makes, that's recorded in the New Testament. And so the promise this week fits in with that theme so well, because it's about stewardship. And it says that each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others. And it says, as faithful stewards of God's grace. And I love that phrase, stewards of God's grace. And in a way, I think that's kind of what I'm trying to do is I'm stewarding my body so that I can serve others well. And I know one of the ways that I'm doing that is through these videos, just because I've had a lot of people talk to me about it. A lot of people encourage me. A lot of people say, hey, they're trying to start a journey, kind of just following along. And so I'm hoping this is helpful for some people. But the reason I kind of share all that is if it's not just about simply a number on a scale, if it really is about stewardship, it's about taking better care of my body and my life so that I can serve and keep up with my kids and be healthy. If it's really about all those things, then the goal isn't just, okay, how do I get a lower number for next week? The goal is, okay, don't change anything. Just keep showing up every day. Keep going, keep trusting the process, keep showing up, and the numbers will take care of themselves. So hopefully that's an encouragement to someone this week. Keep showing up, keep working, keep moving, keep going forward, and it will happen. It's a slow process. It doesn't happen overnight. We're going to have those days that are kind of frustrating, but that's part of the journey. And I think that's where so many times in the past I've had those frustrating times where it's like, how did it go up 2 pounds today when I did everything right? I might as well just quit. But not going to do it. I'm going to keep going, keep moving. I'm contemplating some other things as far as this journey and getting healthy, actually getting healthy and trying to heal my body. And I might share them later this week. A couple of them kind of scare me. One's a cleanse that I really like to do, but honestly, it terrifies me. But just kind of be honest of where I'm at. Down 7 pounds, we'll say, for the week. Hopefully tomorrow the scale will show that, but even if it doesn't, continuing in the journey. Y'all have a great weekend.